Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of the Terraria series. Have you ever walked past something and then realized that it reminded you of something you desperately needed to do earlier? For example, you walk into the kitchen to grab your favorite snack, a peanut butter and relish sandwich, which upon opening the fridge you are reminded of the freezer underneath and the chicken that you were told to defrost by your mother 3 hours ago, but you've been too busy wiping gamer sweat off your brow upon full boxing children in Minecraft PvP that you forgot? Well, no reason for that analogy, but say you did find some way to defrost the chicken in time, only to drop the glass container of the peanut butter and relish on the floor. Your mother's imminent delight to see that you actually did something simple for her for once is immediately ruined by her tripping and slipping upon all of the relish and peanut butter smeared all over the floor. Not only that, but your siblings have come in and walked all over it earlier too, so it's now spread throughout the house. That analogy will definitely not apply later in today's episode, of which I want to tell you my goals for. First, I will create a YouTuber frat house that will definitely not have any allegations against it whatsoever for any sort of crime. Then I want to get a stick that goes boom boom, and no, this time I don't mean using dynamite to blow up more innocent people's homes. I mean the mother flippin' boomstick, baby, which will hopefully be our main weapon against some of these early game bosses. Lastly, I want to kill our first boss. Many people call him the Eye of Cthulu, but I like to call him the King of Voyeurism. After beginning the foundations for my house, I immediately think, man, this is boring. Give me some Subway Surfers gameplay in here. So I decided to go check my phone. After that, I sit back on my porch and look up some funny memes to kick back in my chair to when I find the perfect one. I quickly pull up my editing software to put it together with a very cringy video of me smiling at the camera in front of my window and decide that this is the perfect YouTube short to post. Man, I'll get so much construction project money. I quickly title it to have a very intriguing and funny title, and then I proceed to post it. I hate it when people complain about being a content creator. It's so easy. After finally, and I mean finally, not spending my money at the casino for the first time in my life, I proceed to make a campfire, some wood platforms, and stone walls to make a, yes, makeshift, but in my opinion, pretty decent campfire design. I even hammered some of the platforms around it and removed the top one to make it look pretty homey and nice. After some door and floor placing, I begin on the most infuriating dirt wall breaking session of my life. That's right, I begin with the F5 storage center, where I'll put all of my chests and goods inside of it. And when I'm done, this looks really good. I mean, look at that. But man, this took me a really long time. After that, I put the pencil behind my right ear and my construction hat proudly stands on top of my head as I look like Bob the Builder the way I'm building. Like, man, this is going great. This YouTube streamer house will have absolutely no allegations against it and will be completely fine for criminal offense whatsoever. After heading downstairs, my post-checking anxiety starts to kick in, and I check my short to see that it has 1 million likes, 300,000 comments, and it's gotten me 100,000 subscribers. I quickly make a community post telling everybody just how much I appreciate them, even though I know clearly all my fans are just 8-year-olds who are trying not to hear the parents arguing in the next room over. Then my homie Mercer the Traveling Merchant arrives, of which I buy some Dynasty wood and realize it's just wood. So then I go ahead and buy an epic tiger skin. The only horrible thing about this is I realize I can't place it anywhere because for some reason this isn't a floor rug like I thought it would be. Well, maybe when I get walls later I can place it. So then I go back up and I decide, since I cook in this game, and literally life, literally, I decide to buy a chef hat and some chef outfit for my awesome kitchen whenever I'm finished with this house. Only one, kind of big problem. I realized that I do not have the materials to make, any furniture in this house. So I decided to postpone this for now and go ahead and head on over to the jungle to get my epic stick that goes boom boom. And on the way, get some more resources. After making a few more NPC houses to further assert my kingly dominance over these NPCs, I decide to start heading towards my epic goal of getting my boomy stick in the jungle. When I get a little sidetracked and kind of instead get a bunch of chests from a living wood tree. I get post-checking anxiety again and skedaddle back to my house to check my short to see that this comment perfectly, and I mean perfectly, goes hand in hand with the meme. And I'm just, oh my gosh. Plus, this has gotten me another $1,000, which, you know, I could use it for this, But you know what I'm gonna choose, baby. And then the game throws me a curveball. Oh no, why is the Eye of Cthulhu trying to battle me? I am not ready for this. After that, I make a quick arena, mutter something as intelligible as Playboy Cardi's verse on Earthquake, drink a few potions, and start hacking away, baby. The beginning of this fight goes incredibly swell. He tries to stare at us with his great eye crust covered massive appendage, while we simply shoot jester arrows at him in the pupil and hope that he perishes. He may win the staring contest on this one, don't get me wrong, but we are absolutely mowing through this guy. His health is already halfway down, and now he's trying to eat us with his massive mouth. And if there's anything that's off limits for us, it's to get eaten by an eye. As you may have noticed, he starts dodging hypersonically fast at us to a point where we can't even tell if we have schizophrenia or if we're just F6 Gabe. Like, man, this guy is asking to have fresh star arrows straight into his mouth for his consuming. I mean, this man is giving consent and we are taking full advantage of it. But after a long, well thought out battle from both parties, we finally defeat him and get his awesome loot. Oh my gosh, and I beat him with the grenades. That felt awesome. The chicken has been defrosted. Afterwards, I decide to head over to the corruption biome as I believe I can get the musket. And, well, yeah, this isn't a boomy stick. This will protect us very well against the enemies in the jungle. So after killing a few enemies, I decide to make the classic F5 hidey hole because, you know, I'm a very brave man, and I begin blowing up these orbs. A horrible chill may go down my spine, but at least now, when I accidentally say something racist on stream, I said the beaver.
Gabe!
What did you say?
Stop talking!
I can at least back it up with the fact that I'm just an 18th century Englishman. After enlisting in the English army, I quickly give the dryad and painter an upstairs neighbor who will not only smoke, but also shoot his shotgun at the moon for some odd reason. I quickly buy a ton of musket balls from Daryl, our arms dealer, and stare at that lovely, warm Minishark. Oh, I'd give anything to have it. After a long and grueling journey of trying to find the jungle and getting absolutely nothing done, I come home and see that our lovely zoologist has, that's right, a cat license. And man, I want this. I want a cat so bad. So after a long time of trying to figure out how this works, it eventually teleports away to the cat delivery service. After another long and grueling process of trying to find the jungle where I have nothing else to think about except dreading the day that YouTube short kids find my album reviews, I eventually find it, go into the underground jungle, find some more loot I can't use, and then decide it's not worth it and jump off a cliff. Man, I love this game. I just want to marry it. On my way back to the jungle, something shocking happens. Yes! Tigger the cat has arrived. I really hope I don't, like, get a speech impediment or something when I'm saying that. Even with the uttermost joy that my new cat has brought me, I realize the horrible, horrible fate it could bring upon me, my family, and my YouTube channel if I mispronounce his name just one time. After barely surviving with all these insane sicko mode jungle enemies, I managed to get another life crystal, more platinum for a better pickaxe later on, and then for some reason I decided to jump into a vat of lava. Yeah, I have no idea what I was thinking when I did this. After being burned to a crisp in a way that none of my family will ever see me again, after which I go home, make some more platinum bars, and finally make that sweet, sweet platinum pickaxe that I've been longing and waiting for. Man, I look at this thing the same way I looked at Megan Fox in that one Transformers scene. Lovingly. After this, I head down into the jungle and happen to see a mystic frog. That's right, these things have about a 3% chance of replacing a normal frog for spawning, and when they do, you can throw purification powder on them to turn them into a town slime. But of course, when I decide to go do this for the game, it decides to throw a curveball by not only spawning a goblin army, but also when I go check, the mystic frog isn't even there anymore. After a long and grueling battle with the goblins of shooting them over and over with jester arrows and a few of our NPCs sadly perishing to them, we do eventually take victory without any deaths. This makes us feel confident. We finally feel like an epic gamer for the first time in our lives. Ever since that one time our dad totally crushed us on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe when we were 5 years old. The chicken has been defrosted. Yet there is a slight aftertaste of microplastics because we forgot to remove the wrapper when we put it in the microwave, infecting our entire family and causing them all to throw up the next day and leaving our mom very suspicious of us. And then, as you can see, I decided to go look for the Goblin Tinkerer. And I'm not really going to show this footage because other than finding my beloved shrooms again, nothing interesting happened. I'm down there, however, I get another Eye of Cthulhu summon, and as I see it, I think about all the horrible things that he tried to make me do while he was looking at me, and I think, there's only one thing I could do here, and apparently it's die to an exploding chest. But we got an achievement! After recalling the embarrassment from the incident of the Eye of Cthulhu, I decided to man up and fight him publicly on an Instagram Reels live stream so that all of his friends could make fun of him. Yeah, this fight is a cakewalk. After remembering, hey, I'm a king, I can collect taxes, I buy my first Minishark baby and decide, I don't even need a boomstick at this point. I'm way too cool for one. This new weapon makes me so cocky, in fact, that I think, hey, I've had dysentery before. I can handle a few bowel infections. So I quickly rush over to the sushi bar and eat as much as possible before I get a major tapeworm infection and die of it. I head back to the jungle, watching out for eaters of my man, when I see an old friend. Yes, let's go! I actually finally got it this time. Peanut butter and relish may have been spilt earlier, causing our mom to be furious with us, but it's the friends we made along the way, right? After putting my hand on my head and standing on top of my pirate ship, I look desperately around for the Goblin Tinkerer. Surely he will be somewhere, but I can't find him. Thankfully, I am able to max out my life and get a staff regrowth before I nearly get horneted, and, the most horneted way possible, and decide to go back home. And yeah, I think that is going to be the end of today's episode. We may have not gotten the boomstick, but we did get a Minishark, which is arguably better. We did kill our first boss, we made a new friend, and we're halfway done with our house. Also, we maxed out our life and got a few other cool things along the way. So I think this is a good place to end it off. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, as I'm very small and I'm trying to get 500 subscribers before the end of the year. And please, if you would like to, click on the top left box to see more Terraria videos, and bottom left box if you want to see some album reviews. Also, click to the right to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next one. F6 Gabe out.